Alright, what's up, part 4? Yeah, it's a part 4. This is part 4 right here, boy. Right here. Alright, let's see. Oh, hey. You have received a reply to your user support ticket. Yeah, show me that shit. Let's see. Let's take a look. An account certification program diagnostic has been reported. No errors were reported. Let's create a new admin account. In order to prevent losing a mode, prove you're not, blah, blah, blah. Currently have basic account functionalities. Would you like to undertake the certification process again to achieve a preferable outcome? Your issues with denial will be appended to your user profile. Further attempts to overwrite certification results will be logged. You'll receive a notification if your attention is required. Cool. We were basically duped, I guess, into saying we don't like this, and the fact that we don't like it has been noted. Cool. 4 is useless right now. Yeah, let's go into... I think it's... No, it's in 2. It's in 2. Alright, we're gonna get the time capsule from 2. Here it is. How did I miss this? What the fuck?
According to the purpose of the hidden words. Thus all things have meaning, where before was only chaos.
Thank you,
Know
Elohim.
that, and have faith.
Alright.
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule, write letters to the future, so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
When I was a little girl, one of our
God.
teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule, write letters to the future, so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now. Bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
Alright, that's our introduction to Alexandra Drennan. We've seen a couple things from her already. We got this email about how she talked about artificial intelligence and what it would be like to be that creature. And the instructor that she emailed us to said, this is a philosophy course, not science fiction. I think this was her? No. Welcome. Here it is. Yeah, this was to Alexandra. Yeah, she's the head researcher. Well, no. This is your project, whatever the project might be. Team leads. Alexandra Drennan is the project lead and AI module or whatever it is. Yeah, so Alexandra, you know, all of the time capsules are Alexandra, and she's been in and around already. I think her next one has to be in here, right? Number 2? Maybe? Well, maybe not, actually. Maybe it's in 4. Yeah, it's in 4. It's in 4. I think it's in 4. Yeah, it's in 4. Let's go get time capsule 2. Yeah, here we go. It's gotta be in here. Somewhere in here. Hey, there's somebody. I think it's actually at the end of this area. Yeah, there it is.
The answer that came to me again and again was play. Every human society in recorded history has games. We don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build something. Games are part of what makes us human. We see the world as a mystery, a puzzle, because we've always been a species of problem solvers.
Okay. 6 seeks. Alright, we got 2 here that we need. And a star. Have I gotten the star yet? I don't think I have. Oh shit. I don't even know where the star is to begin with. Nice. LOL. Let's load that up from year 0. Ever since we moved to the new site, from J. Harrison to Nomi77, I feel funny. No, not in that way. Just I feel like I'm about to start laughing at random. It's probably shock, right? An inability to deal with reality? Or maybe it's just that we're working on this in this insane place with this insane technology on this insane project, and so I feel like a genuine mad scientist. Stand aside, mortals. We'll create life by the power of science. I mentioned this to Alex, and she got me a pair of fake glasses. You can't be a mad scientist without fake glasses, she said. Even Ian Malcolm had glasses, and I pointed at EL and said, life finds a way. Maybe you had to be there. Sharing a 14 without permission may result in prosecution by the enraged spirit of Jeff Goldblum. Fucking nerds, man. God damn it. Sierco. Shall the industrious husbandman, sorry, plant trees, the fruit of which he shall never see? And shall not the great man found laws, institutions, and a republic? What does the procreation of children imply? And our care to continue our names, and our adoptions, and our scrupulous exactness in drawing up wills, and the inscriptions on monuments and panegyrics, and that our thoughts run on futurity. What do you imagine that so many and such great men of our republic, who have sacrificed their lives for its good, expected? Do you believe that they thought that their names should not continue beyond their lives? None ever encountered death for their country, but under a firm persuasion of immortality. Themistocles might have lived at his ease. Yes. And so might Epaminondas, damn it. And not to look abroad and among the ages for instances, so might I myself, but somehow or other there clings to our minds a certain presage of future ages, and this both exists most firmly and appears most clearly in men of the loftiest genius and greatest souls. Take away this, and who would be so mad as to spend his life amidst toils and dangers? Oh my god. Ginny says, chatbots are becoming increasingly sophisticated. True, but hardly relevant to this discussion. Are you sure? How do you know that I'm not a bot? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not ridiculous. Honestly, how would you know? Haha, troll. I'm not a troll. Yeah, right. Is there anything I've written so far that could not be written by a bot? I responded to simple insults like ridiculous and troll with very basic negations, and I detected that none of you use proper orthography, so I also avoided capitalization. What's the capital of France? Paris. Even the simplest script could pull that info from the net. What's the capital of Croatia? Zagreb. Okay, she's a bot, lol. I'm not a bot, I'm a European. We learn these things in school. I've seen you in this chat room many times. Bots can't participate in discussions. At best, they can interject random comments. Sam is right. Stop trolling. Vegan Warrior, Sam's a bot. L-O-fucking-L. That's the one that should be titled LOL. Alright, let's see here. Alright. We got green. We need this for C. Alright. I hear a computer. We're gonna check that out first. Thought I heard a computer. Maybe it's actually in the puzzle? Weird. Okay. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe you don't hear that, but I do. Huh. Okay. Yep! Hello. Disable it. And... okay. There we go. Where is it? How do I get to it? That's gonna bother me. Anyway. Damn, that's eerie. We'll do the rest of the green here first, unless there is no more green. I think that was the only green. Okay, then we'll do this one. Where's that? I hear another one! What the fuck? Oh, God. Okay. Alright. A simple principle from 2018. Though Stratton himself never used the term, his remark about the inescapable materiality of life, that like the bronze giant Talos, even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood, ultimately became known as the Talos principle. What seemingly enraged many of his contemporaries and a significant number of later thinkers is the principle's simplicity and unassailability, which, according to a fragment found in Miltus, cut through their rhetorical webs, which sought to tangle the listener with fanciful words and thoughts of the heavens, like Alexander's sword through the Gordian knot. Diogenes Laertius makes mention of a dialogue by Anaximander. What is his name? Anaximander of Chalcedon. That expanded greatly on the Talos principle, but that work remains lost. What the fuck, dude? KD, Journal 77. Officially began work on Archive today. Contributors from every country on Earth while network connections last. Team intimidated by project scope and working hard. We'll be sharing space with Drennan and Sarabi team. Look forward to meeting them. Drennan. Alexandra Drennan. Our good friend. Post 437 comments. First, seriously, Cheeseman? That was the best you could say. LOL. A great snapshot of the human species at its finest and its worst. At its worst, come on, it's just a comment, I'm not Stalin. Stalin was also a troll commenter. Maybe you should cut out the jokes. This is serious, the most serious thing that's ever happened. I think that's a great reason to joke around. And that's working less and less. Goodbye, all. Bye. God bless you. Last. Fucking cheese, man. Alright. Deception. Oh, this is a good one. This one stumped me for a while. Do I actually have any?
The counsel of my blessed messengers must be earned.
Ah, yes. Cool. Okay. So, basically there's an implemented hints system.
Here,
Which...
those who are worthy may seek the counsel of my blessed messengers. But their wisdom shall not be given easily, for your accomplishments must be your own.
I think there's only like 3. I've never actually used one, but, like, I just asked for counseling and said no messenger will aid you unless you have discovered the resting place. And I think that comes a lot later, actually. I think we have to break down the boards. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Anyway, see if I remember how to do this one. If I can actually find it. Okay, good. No. Not the first step. That's the first step. Cool, alright. We're on track here. Let's see. Here we go. Open the second door. And the third one. Okay, there we go. And yeah. Here we go. Knew I needed something out of here. Alright, so what you would think you do is you use this gate. But you don't. That's why the puzzle's called Deception. You don't use this gate. You don't use it at all. Get on here. Take that. You take this. And let's actually, we need this open, actually, so, here, there we go. Here, fucking computer again, dude. I'm losing my mind. Oh, God. Stop it short here. Oh, shit. What? How does this work? Oh, God. Here, let's... Okay, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, wait. Wait a minute. No. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Alright, we fixed it. Good. Alright, so the streams were going to cross, so I had to use the elevation there. And we made it work. But yeah, this gate is pointless. You do not use it at all. There's no physical way to solve that puzzle with that gate. So, yeah. Alright, let's get another red piece here. Let's get this one after reading these. Some of the messages that existed when I first came into being have vanished. Others have appeared. How many others like me have wandered these paths? How many thoughts have been lost? I'm here. Seems we are all here at once, and not at all. Sorry, there's not very much help, is it? I can't think of any other way to put it. The sooner you accept that we will all be here forever, the sooner you will find enlightenment. Interesting. Yeah, I have not gotten the star from this land quite yet, so that'll be a fun one to get. Biochromatic entanglements. Okay. Dude. Good start, alright. Wait, no. How do I do this? Wait! I think I know how. Okay. And... yeah, alright. There we go. And then I can move this one. Yep. Yep. Got him. Alright, cool. Just had to find an angle where I could connect this one to this one after the door opened. Because, like, I can't do it now because the door hasn't actually opened. But I can do it after I've opened it. Wait. No, just kidding. Hold on. Well, now I can't solve the puzzle. Wait, yes I can. There we go. And then... oh, no, I actually can't. Whatever. You probably... You get it. You probably get it. I don't need to hold your fucking hand. Okay. So we're done here for now, I think. I'll explore that area later, see if I can find that ticking fucking... there's a serpent in the machine! A creature of lies and blasphemy perverted by the archive that knows no hope and would plunge the world into eternal darkness to glorify its own despair. I've sworn an oath never to allow it to my heart. Good job, Faith. Good job. Keep the serpent out. Anyway, we'll take a look for that computadora later. For now, let's just finish up the rest of the greens here. Yeah, there's 2 more greens. Oh, by the way, to explain these stars further, each star represents a piece in this, so I have 6 stars now. So I have 6 pieces. So when I get 10, I can actually open that shit up. Okay. We'll get that in a second. These spaces make no sense. I walk into a dead end and materialize in a garden. One is day, the other is night. This place is not real. James 2, because 1 was taken. Lol. Athena 9. She examined the symbol on the fragment she'd found in the buried city. Again the owl. What could its significance be? It seemed as if they had been scattered about in the labyrinth by some unseen hand for a purpose that yet eluded. Most likely the owl, which was the sigil of the author of these words, which had no a nebulous memory, as if from a previous life. The owl was the symbol of and the goddess outside, under the moon. Or perhaps on the city walls when the wind rose. But there was no time to contemplate this further now, for the automatons had seen her, and their mechanical arms extended toward on the fragments, and ran as their beams converged. Alright, let's take a look here. You know, the more I think about it, the more I believe that no one is actually worried about AIs taking over the world or anything like that, no matter what they say. What they've really worried about is that someone might prove, once and for all, that consciousness can arise from matter. And I kind of understand why they find it so terrifying. If we could create a sentient being, where does that leave the soul? Without mystery, how can we see ourselves as anything other than machines? And if we are machines, what hope do we have that death is not the end? What really scares people is not the artificial intelligence in the computer, but the natural intelligence they see in the mirror. This is true. Nadia. AMA. Ask me anything? Yeah. As one of the founders of the modern science of mnemonics, many credit you with inventing the term itself. How do you see the state of science today? Sorry I said science twice. Nadia. Mixed. On the one hand, the existence of the Institute for Applied Mnemonics and a couple of similar organizations is highly encouraging. On the other hand, the degree to which science is seen as serving purely military or corporate causes is, in my opinion, stopping us from exploring many important avenues of research. In a sense, it's people like Alexandra Drennan who are the real pioneers today, who have the enthusiasm and dedication that the system as a whole seems to be lacking. Do you think technology poses a danger to humanity? No, technology is just a tool. What we do with it is up to us. The Extended Lifespans Project. Crazy or visionary? Both. Or Katie, sort of a sick crazy or visionary? Both. Katie, is that you? To Alan Jameson. Naria Chen. So far, all the puzzles are solvable and completely within the necessary parameters. Alexandra had some more cheeks. Had some more cheeks she wanted to suggest, but I think we're heading in the right direction here. Interesting. Okay, let's do these two greens. There's a QR code here. I have read a message on the wall that speaks a world of endless sand. I would like to make it far enough to see that. I have read a message on a wall that speaks of a world. Oh, a world of endless sand. Okay, yeah, I see. Okay, yeah, I get it. Alright. Alright. Seek out those in this world that would help you. But only one of us can transcend. We will all share in both the burden and then the rewards. You've changed. Everything I do now, I do for those that come after me. Yet in so doing, I find peace for myself as well. This paradox is the foundation of my existence. Alright. We do need this one. Okay. Simple enough here. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Ah, shit. What? This doesn't seem right. Or am I tripping? Yeah, no. No, okay. Maybe it's just because I'm tired. Let's see. Yeah. 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 I don't see another source anywhere, do you? Or maybe I do it like this. Oh, yeah, no shit. Gee, but over your fucking eyes. Now it makes sense, because the angles actually are possible. Okay. Here, let's... Guessing we're gonna need that. Probably. And then... What? It's red. Huh? Okay, now I'm confused again. Oh wait, no I'm not. Okay, so I don't need any of the reds. I'm assuming. Yeah, I don't think I do. Yeah, alright. Cool, because the blues are independent, yeah, alright. There we go. That was the hardest green I've ever fucking done in my life. Jesus. Okay, trapped inside. There we go. So, this store was operated by 2 different connectors. So that one was connected here, and then I just put one outside here, had it operate the same door. Via the different connector, we were able to move it back from outside, and that's pretty easy. Okay. Well, I think I got everything I need. Oh! Hey! Except this. And this. I had a full-blown conversation with the entity in the archive today. Can't say it was terribly helpful. Still, perhaps I can charm some information out of it further down the line.
When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place, where real people had lived, people like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
It's an interesting way to look at it. It's interesting how turning my camera causes footsteps, but if I go into third-person mode, there it is. You can see it's just my model. I was like, what the fuck are those footsteps? And I forgot. It's my model. Anyway, we've cleared pretty much everything. All the greens from this land. We got a couple yellows here, and the rest are reds that we don't need yet. We're gonna go on to B now. I'm gonna open up the gate to B. I'm gonna go down into it, and then I'm gonna call it a part. And by that I mean a day, or a night, or a whatever you want to fucking call it. Let's do it. Go over to B. Bro. Alright, let's see. Ah, wait. Hey! There we go. Those really do get harder, I promise. I'm not making that up.
A new land stands before you, my child. And know that this is a land of death, but also great beauty. As you walk amongst these tombs, consider all those who came before you, and how they served the greater purpose of which you are also part.
Yeah, this is the land of endless sand that was discussed earlier. So we have a couple new objectives here. Yellow, these yellows, we got these yellows, and 7, I think, more worlds to look through. Yep, 7 more. Good stuff, and that'll be for next time. I think we might start in Area 1 next time. I don't know, just for the sake of... Or maybe we'll just go back to 1. I don't know. Either way. That is all for tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I'll see you next time. Was this part 4? Yeah, we'll do part 5 next time. Be some good shit. I'm really proud of, like, the way I've found to end parts, like at the end of, Finding Stars, and now this new land, and I'm ending it here, and it, like, works out reasonably well with time, and it's pretty good, man. It's pretty fucking good. Anyway, that's all for tonight. I'll see you guys next time.